I don't intend to waste your time, but I just thought to drop quick update of things that happen for inside Nigeria. My name na Precious Inye. Welcome to Updated Precious. So very quickly, make I give on a sharp update on some things that happen for inside the country. Now, U.S. lawmakers, that is the entire U.S. Congress, don't vow to take action following abduction of Kaduna worshippers. Yet another attack for inside Nigeria. Very quickly, thousands and thousands of Christians killed in Nigeria by terrorists. They will be hit very hard again. Donald Trump, now I don't talk this one, for inside Switzerland, where BC then go for the World Economic Forum. And DNI Donald Trump, they talk this one. It don't blow hot, but I go break down and I go play you the evidence so that I go see say no be me talk. And not just about that, other issues we get to do with this killing thing. So as it gets to do with Christian genocide, Trump don't send U.S. Undersecretary to visit Nigeria over the killing of Christians for inside Nigeria. And I'll let you in on details of that. But make we move into another issue very quickly. As AB said, the Chief Judge of Rivers State don't decline to set up the panel or the 7-man panel against Governor Fubara and in deputy. So that means the panel will suppose make sure say they probe Fubara to know whether they go impeach him or not. That panel no go fit sit for now, and I go tell you the reason we make the chief judge talk say he no go fit set up that panel. Supreme Court don't dismiss trial of Major Hamza Al-Mustafa for inside Kudirat Abiola murder. That one said the massacred Berum youth don't call for justice. Echoes across Plateau. And then Tinubu normalizing kidnapping, violence by keeping quiet to deceive Nigerians. PDP now they talk this one say Tinubu don't make kidnapping and killing like a normal thing now, because anytime things happen, they keep quiet. For instance, this Kaduna on we don't happen now, and I don't see a president talk. He don't address on a talk about them. Even U.S. Congress feel they talk about and sit down, take a decision about them. But when I don't see a president address the situation that now within PDP they try explain for inside this matter what did they talk about. And then most of Nigeria's food baskets are security challenged. Shetima and they tell World Economic Forum delegates. But I think say we talk say the insecurity not be much of a challenge, because Oga Tuga also there for CNN when they talk say the things and what would they see for inside Nigeria about insecurity not be that much of insecurity. In fact, they make the international community believe, that's your Minister for Foreign Affairs, they make the international community believe say make them come invest on Nigeria, say this insecurity wouldn't they say no they that bad. But then Shetima on the other hand now they tell the same World Economic Forum say most of the food baskets who we get security challenge. Which one now way the Igbo people they won't believe? You see the question we're trying to mask things and not call things what they are really. You see the problem. All right, how they come? I will come back to this conversation very quickly. Bandits spotted trekking with 166 abducted churchgoers through bush paths in Kaduna village head. Now I talk this one. By the way, the governor of the state don't finally visit the church where it happened. If you see the remote area, you go know why it be say this kind of thing that happen. But why shouldn't people? In fact, before now, those remote areas are they safe pass. Before now, our remote villages now be the most secure places over they get for inside Nigeria, because attention they did for those places. They live very peacefully. Everything they happen very peacefully. They eat fresh food. How come now those remote villages now don't they challenged pass? Now, wow. All right, then. Shortlisted Kwara Forest Guard applicants accuse government of replacing them with APC loyalists with no security experience. People where they shortlist saying that they're supposed to be the forest guard don't say, hey, Makona Komo, they don't carry APC members or APC loyalists full the list. And these people don't get any experience for security. It don't happen. All right, where they come. And then very quickly again, bandits demand 28.9 million naira for lost motorcycles before ransom talks for 160. For the 166 abducted Christian worshippers for Kaduna State. Now, these Kaduna worshippers will be said they don't talk and say, say, on go pay us 28.9 million naira first of all for our motorcycle will be said and destroyed during attacks or way lost. On go first pay us 28.9 million naira, that's 30 million naira. One I don't pay us for the motorcycle. Now we'll start negotiation concerning the 166 people way on abduct. About 177 9 abduct. Remember, they said the other ones them escape. Now make it can reduce the number to 166. Okay, will they come? Now the boldness so the bandits in the use make demands on inside Nigeria for me. Are you serious? Make that demand. And we're a sovereign state too. And these terrorists are roaming around. Please remind me, what did Nnamdi Kanu do again? Hey, it is the audacity for me in this country called Nigeria. Well, terrorists abduct 2 chiefs in Kogi community. Again, it did happen. And then Tinubu government moves to scrap HND, empower polytechnics to to award degrees. That one, according to your Minister for Education. Sokoto politician denies sodomy allegation, says claim was fabricated after rejecting sexual advances from 2 unnamed men. Men meet you for sexual advances. Nothing they happen for this Nigeria. Are you kidding me? Some men meet you sexual advancement and then you know agree, and then I wait to make them tell you say you sodomy people. Hey, okay, I bet more than no vex. Go reach that matter later. Governor Abdul Razak suspends Kwara Police rector, orders probe into students' protest. How dare you people protest? Come. We'll talk about that. And then Nigerian police dismissed 12 inspectors, including Obo, illegally held in detention for 12 months. 1 corporal. And Akpabio heads to Supreme Court to challenge appeal court's decision on Senator Akpoti Uduaghan's suspension. Supreme Court, how dare you talk, say Akpoti? I'm waiting if that's judgment one I give against Supreme Court. No. Akpabio don't head to Supreme Court. I mean, but people say, but I thought you said you were going to drop every litigation against everyone. Waiting can't happen again. Now, lawyer Ejimako labels $9 million US lobbying deal treasonous, says it targets Igbo people. Say Nigerian government paying $9 million US to commit treason against Igbo people. That is to use libel the name of Nigeria Igbo people. Say that one is supposed to be treason. Now, okay, let's see other stories we'll have here very quickly. Atiku most important commitment to Nigeria is to quit 2027 presidential race. Who talked this one? That's Baba Ahmed brother Hakim Baba Ahmed now talk to us. Say the most important decision what Atiku go make for this life now to make sure say he no contest for 2027. But he talk other things, so make we go to other things. So we say talk later. We are not a debt recovery agency. EFCC 9 they tell court for inside 152 million Lagos property dispute. And then engineer accuses UNICEF of abandonment, neglect after suffering severe injuries on official duty. I suffer severe injury for official duty. Wanna send me and wanna neglect me and abandon me after then. Now waiting the engineer they tell UNICEF. Ogun people criticizing me are backing dogs, says Governor Dapo Abiodun. I don't know anything. Anybody who they criticize me for Ogun State and I be backing dog when I go tired to back. Hey, wait. You okay. All right. Make we go see that is in the Apple for inside the country. Emulate Atiku, call your supporters to order. That's Hakim Baba Ahmed, 9 they tell Oga Presido, and 9 they tell Peter Obi. So emulate Atiku, call your supporters to order. Maybe they need to insult people. Now waiting Hakim Baba Ahmed, they tell Peter Obi. And then Atiku can say, as it gets to do with 2027, rigging has started already. Say it don't begin already. Article blast Senate over Electoral Act amendment delay. Say for them to delay Electoral Act, for them to delay the amendment of Electoral Act, now be say they don't already rig 2027. Not here on a one-type person. They don't already rig them. I joined politics to rescue the state from insecurity. Who talked this on? President Buhari, DSS officer. Sorry, when they say my cousin. Sorry, former DSS boss Daura. Now they talk this on. Say in joined the race for governorship for inside in states, Katsina State, to rescue the state from kidnappers. Okay, now. Okay, and then that's Baba Ahmed also. Hakim Baba Ahmed also gave advice on what Peter Obi must do to be ADC presidential candidate in 2027. I will go look at those things we base it up. Tinubu government to integrate Islamic finance standards into financial reporting in Nigeria. That one, other news we be say diagram. Oh yeah, make I just look at that. If you just break them down very, very, very quickly because we don't get time. You know, so now just less than 30 minutes to go do this live. So the recent attack on churches in Nigeria's Kaduna state has continued to spark international concern, with the U.S. House Committee on Foreign Affairs saying it will not stand by while innocent Christians are being maltreated. So the U.S. Committee, the U.S. Congress said they no go fit stay, made it maltreat innocent Nigerians. So if you remember on Sunday, about 170 something worshippers might be said and kidnapped from inside Kajuru Kaduna state, and out of those, they say some of them escaped. Reacting to the news, House Foreign Affairs Committee, a standing committee of the U.S. with jurisdiction over bills and investigation concerning the foreign affairs of the United States, said it cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria. Now, the House also referred Trump's recent stance on the issue while vowing to weigh in on the matter. He said the past Sunday Islamic terrorists in Nigeria, the past Sunday, I saw that right, say Islamic terrorists in Nigeria raided churches, kidnapped more than 168 Christians. President Trump made it clear we cannot stand by while such atrocities are happening in Nigeria. The United States will not tolerate the massacre of innocent Christians in Nigeria. Now, so then right. But however, the Trump himself don't also make some statements as he get to do with waiting in talk for inside US, waiting in talk for inside Switzerland, Denver, where they be said then day. So US President Donald Trump said that thousands of Christians are being kidnapped and killed in Nigeria by terrorists. Now, he described the violence as widespread and deeply troubling. Now, Trump made the remarks on the Board of Peace signaling ceremony held in the sidelines of the World Economic Forum at Davos, Switzerland, as he draws attention to persistent attacks on Christian communities across parts of Nigeria and, of course, the world generally. So in the video shared on X, he said that, in fact, let me see if I can get that video and play it. I hope that you get the audio clearly when I play it, because he did say that. And he said that they don't kill Christians, they don't disseminate terrorists, and say for Nigeria, this now what they do to disseminate terrorists. Let's listen to him.
They've killed thousands. And in Nigeria, we're annihilating terrorists who are killing Christians. We've hit them very hard. They've killed thousands and thousands of Christians. What's that all about?
They've killed thousands and thousands of Christians. What's that all about? Now, so you talk. And then, of course, he talks, say more attacks go they happen, because if you take this kind of thing, we be say they happen for inside Nigeria. And Trump also said terrorists responsible for the attacks are facing heavy military pressure. According to him, armed groups targeting Christians have been hit very hard and would face further forceful action, signaling continued efforts to weaken and dismantle terror networks involved in the violence attacks in Nigeria and across the world. His comments come amid continued reports of deadly attacks and mass abduction of northern Nigerian Christians, of course, in Kaduna State. So that's don't happen. But make I quickly call on other issue we get to do with this United States statement, because as I speak to you, we hear say the Undersecretary of the U.S. State Department, Alison Hooker, is set to visit Nigeria as part of an 8-day international trip to multiple countries across Africa, Europe, and the Middle East, which commenced on Wednesday. Now, President Bola Tinubu's government has been on tenterhooks, as it were, since the President Trump administration designated Nigeria as a country of particular concern. I'm sure you know that, and launched military strikes in Sokoto State, Nigeria. In a statement by Ms. Hook's office, the Undersecretary for Political Affairs will make a stop in Abuja as the delegate head of a U.S.-Nigeria joint working group on the protection of Christians in Nigeria and the genocide claims by the Trump administration. Now, Undersecretary of State Alison Hooker will travel to Abuja, Nigeria, Muscat, Oman, Manama, Bahrain, and Rome, Italy from January 21 to 29, the statement said. In Nigeria, the Undersecretary will serve as the head of delegation for the U.S.-Nigeria Joint Working Group and will support the administration's efforts to protect Christian communities, counter terrorism, and expand U.S. investment opportunities. Nigerians don't react about this meeting. Say, why the U.S. Undersecretary won't come in Abuja, he won't visit. If you visit Abuja, you don't know anything will happen for Nigeria. For you to know the true things will happen for Nigeria, go places like Southern Kaduna, go places like Benue State, go places like Plateau State, go places where we say, in fact, visit Kwara State, and then some places for Kwara State and Kogi State, where did they face this attack? Now, there and I go know the true picture of what's in they happen for Nigeria. No, come Nigeria, come go visit waiting they call them Abuja politics, now they go play for you there. But let me give you some scoop or gist as it get to do with this attack will even happen. Because people they talk, say, according to a traditional ruler, where be say they for the place, would they hear say these people, then they even see them as in carry these people in droves, as in 166 people, more like an entire village, I dare say. They carry them, they trek inside village, they carry them, they waka pass inside bush. So the question is how this kind of things can happen immediately, and we don't have swift action to deploy air troops immediately. Some follow them for road, some follow for air, some begin bombard them. How many of these people then day? How many then day will not go fit decimate them? How many then day will not go fit finish them? So when things like this happen, you just begin to wonder what's really going on in Nigeria. So the village head of Kuminwali community for inside the Kajuru local government area where this attack happened for inside Kaduna State, Mr. Ishaku Dan Azumi, the talk say he don't raise alarm over the safety of scores of Christian worshippers when they abduct on Sunday. Now, of course, remember, say a total of 177 and then 166, 9 can remain because I think 11 escaped. So the traditional ruler revealed that the captors were sighted moving with their victims on Thursday. This one, remember, this thing happened on Sunday. And as at today, Thursday, they said they were sighted moving with their victims. This Thursday morning, they were sighted moving with them along the Maro axis of the council area. So something will happen since on Sunday. Today, Thursday, they see that means they sit there around the forest waiting as security agencies, they do. Well, I can even say maybe they're even overwhelmed. Then why are we pretending like we can handle the issue if we're overwhelmed? That's the question people are asking. We're talking about lives of people who, it's just like the Equa church members who be said and kidnapped. They didn't all come out alive. So what's it make it like say people they panic like this when these such kidnaps happen? Now because of say at the end of the day, all of them will not come out alive. And who knows who will die? If you be saying that the only son of the community, only son of the family, only child of the family, it is unfair. It is very unfair. We don't know. The reason why we're all saying this is that we don't know who may be next. And it's painful that this is happening in Nigeria, and a lot of us are not joining our voices together to speak about this. It is very painful. Something will happen since on Sunday, and as at Monday, we still don't see them. As Thursday rather, they still they carry the people, they move further into the forest. Further into the forest. So that means they were still around for these few days where it happened, and making their demands, because they've already made demands of what they want. They are making demands. And then we're not even saying anything. Now, according to Danzumi, he tell Punch newspapers for a telephone interview that the abductors, their captives were seen trekking on foot between Ungwan, Gamu, and the Maru communities, although their ultimate destination remained unknown. That's what the king talk. He said they called us yesterday evening and threatened the community, accusing us of bringing soldiers. They said we were claiming to have big people backing us because of the military presence. That's what the traditional ruler talk. Now, we explained to them that we don't have anybody, and that's what we did, that we did not invite the soldiers. After the conversation, they ended the call and we have not heard from them again. As at this morning, I'm waiting to talk. Now, he added that residents have later received information early Thursday that the abductors and their captives have been spotted moving through bush path between Ungwangamu and the Maru community. He said this morning, we were told that they were seen moving on foot, including people who know where to even move on foot. And typically, for some people who don't face this kidnapping experience before, they say, if they carry on in droves like that, they waka in their numbers like that. And on a no fit, anybody who won't delay them, we maybe know well, they go shoot you, may die, come out there so that they go fit move fast. So you can imagine the kind of things people they face. Now, the village had expressed deep concern over the welfare of the abducted worshippers and urged security agencies to intensify surveillance and rescue operations. Now, according to the Punch, Kominwali, Ongwangamu, and Maru are rural communities in Kajuru, one of the hotbed of banditry and kidnappings in southern Kaduna. The area marked by dense forests and rugged terrain has long served as hideouts for armed groups targeting rural settlements. Now, residents of Kajuru have endured repeated mass abductions, killings, and destruction of farmlands, forcing many villagers to flee due to the insecurity. So maybe now waiting they won't make the rest of Kukuma run come up for them for that place. Now, despite ongoing military operations in parts of southern Kaduna, attacks persist after targeting churches, farmlands, and highways. In fact, this is a very, very sad incident. Did I tell you that these people are even requesting they're making demands? They're asking that this is what they want. In fact, we heard today that the bandits who abducted scores of Christian worshippers from Kajuru community in Kajuru local government area have demanded for payment of 28.9 million naira first before they go even start, and 17 motorcycles they claim were lost during recent military operations before any ransom negotiations can begin for the captives. So before they go even start negotiation for ransom, say make them first of all pay down 28.9 million, buy them 17 motorcycle. Motorcycle wouldn't go use for our sovereign nation, Nigeria. Motorcycle you're buying for terrorists to use in our sovereign nation, Nigeria. And they have the guts and temerity to make these demands, and nothing can be done. Thank you for joining us, by the way. If this is your first time of joining us, please click on the subscription button and follow aggressively. In fact, follow for no reason. Follow because you don't like me. Follow because you like me. Anyone you like, just follow. I beg. Just subscribe to this platform. Follow us like your village people everywhere you go. Now, the armed group, according to the community leaders and family members, insists that each of the missing motorcycle is worth 1.7 million, and the total amount must be paid as a precondition before they will state the much ransom they want for the release of the abducted worshippers. This is according to Punch newspaper, not the me carrier. Now, according to Punch newspaper. Now, the mass abduction, hey, goodness me, I know figures trying to talk. It's really painful to hear this kind of thing happening. It's really painful. So these people, okay, I mean, the Equa church members who be said in kidnap, at the end of the day, they paid ransom. All of them, when they release in their batches, turn by turn, it wasn't for free. They paid ransom. The church members are saying that they paid ransom to release them. They paid. So I'm not going to be surprised if these people too go pay ransom, because they don't get choice. If you wait for government, if it not happen so quickly, and security, if you not get the capacity to make sure say they handle this thing fast, this just reminds me of what we discussed the last time. Who was that who had that conversation with us? We talk say Oga Shetima go for UN General Assembly. They talk about Palestine, Waka, and what Israel they do. That Nigeria has the capacity to do so and so. Now, when we need the capacity is in action now. We need the capacity more than ever before right now. Waiting how we go deploy that capacity right now. Now when we even need the capacity the most. When are we going to deploy it? Because lives are just losing people anyhow. Some people don't even talk, say maybe, I've had a guest here before who insinuates that maybe it's just a way of reducing our population. Maybe they don't look and say we don't too plenty for the country. But make we reduce on a small, not too big. Make we reduce on a. Because what in the name of loss of lives with this? Because we didn't many enough and they didn't noticeable. People are dying in their numbers. People are dying. Now, PDP don't attack President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The People's Democratic Party don't condemn President Tinubu's administration for keeping quiet following bandit attack on church in Krominwale community for inside Kajuru local government area. See, President Tinubu, why are you not talking? Why are you not talking? Why are you not talking? And then, yeah. So, okay, so in a statement by its spokesperson, Ememobong, yesterday, Wednesday, the party said the federal government's silence and the outright denial by the Kaduna State Police Command, Nigerian Police, and Kajuru local government chairman regarding the kidnapping and of approximately 166 people, 163, now the numbers keeps dancing up and down, represents a dangerous pattern, recurrent, not be say they happen before. Now, dangerous pattern where they happen all the time in the course of President Tinubu administration. Because kidnaps go happen, go talk, you go just keep quiet. Perhaps talking will just make the thing go more news. So now to keep quiet. Now it say the PDP now said the normalization of insecurity and deliberate attempts to obscure the truth from Nigerians. Say it don't become the normal thing, a recurrent thing for Tinubu administration to normalize insecurity, and they deliberate or make a deliberate attempt to obscure the truth from Nigeria. That is to hide the truth, to make the truth make they noticed for inside Nigeria. Now, the residents of the community reported on Sunday of this attack. Police spokesperson, of course, Hunde, for inside the statement we make later, contact say the incident happened in a Christian, say they waiting make them not talk about them, or waiting make them talk say say they not talk say attack no happen really. That they said that there was no evidence that attack happened. How do you have evidence that people are kidnapped? If the people that they kidnapped are with the kidnapped people, people who kidnapped them are with their captives, are be captors. So how you go use no say then kidnap them? Abi, you need evidence from the people where you need the bandits to send you photograph of people where they kidnapped for you to be sure that indeed people were kidnapped. Because what's the evidence you need when people tell you say they kidnapped their people? Wait till be your job as security officials to get intelligence, to make your gatherings, do your due diligence. Well, PDP further said that the denials are deeply hurtful, not only because they are evidently false, but because they reveal the manifest levity with which the administration treats serious matters like security. Guess what? Including the New York Times don't report this matter. In fact, Fox News carry on saying Nigerian government denied. Would they try to deny? That's what Fox News carry on. It just makes a mockery of our government, and I don't like this. This is not part of waiting. They reduce the this won't be the demarketing of Nigeria now. Now this won't be the embarrassment where they cost Nigeria now. Not be that one where they say Shawore talk now. Some people they talk say that's when they say Shawore talk now they bring it out to Nigeria. Say that one, say this one, say Nigerian government watched something happen, then come talk say it no happen. That is even more embarrassing for Nigeria. In fact, that is an international disgrace on Nigeria, because right now international news outlets on the carry say Nigerian government they deny the kidnap of their own people. Like say Nigerian government no value the lives of people where be say they swear an oath to protect. Is that not more embarrassing than what a single man said about, Do you understand? Don't let me say it. So which is more embarrassing? It's more embarrassing. It is more embarrassing. Yes, I am live. This is a live show. And if you're just joining us for the first time, please ensure that you click on the subscription button. If you don't join us before, you never subscribe. We see the wait for now. Kindly subscribe. So you say that what Shawore said is embarrassing Nigeria. But now international, I wish that I was on my normal life. I will show you headlines of different international news outlets. The way they use carrier. It is very embarrassing. Not only are they reporting it, some of them reported it from the angle of the lies that the government tried to deny it from happening, or the government initially denied it from happening. It is very painful, and this kind of one day very embarrassing, because you can't say, what's be the primary aim of government again? Wanna remind me. So when government no fit meet, or when government try to deny or deny their ineptitude, their lack of doing their job, in fact, PDP further said what makes this even more painful is that according to the villagers, the police were immediately alerted when the kidnapping occurred. They had the opportunity to act. Instead, they chose denial, prioritizing the government's image over the lives of 163 Nigerians. They rather prioritized to safeguard government image instead of the lives of 163 Nigerians. The opposition party demanded an immediate public apology from the police commissioner and the chairman of Kajuru local government area. And you see, the point of this be say, so if they had acted immediately that they informed them, you can imagine today now, they are carrying those people marching down further into the forest to other communities, right? So if to say they act immediately, that means they would have seen them, they foresee them within the, that same community. If they easy to see them, if to say they act immediately, if they easy, but now they carry them, they march further. Well, let me not waste your time too much on this. I think I've dealt on this a bit too much, but it just stay painful because you're talking about lives. And as I said, these are people's relatives, mothers, fathers, children's uncle, uncle. It can be anything. And this kind of thing, they happen. We'll make a quickly let on know what's in the happen for inside my lovely River State, as the Chief Judge of River State, Justice Chibuzor Simeon Amadi, don't decline to constitute a 7-member panel to investigate the allegations of gross misconduct against Governor Sim Fubara and Deputy Governor Ngozi Ordu. For a letter where BC, I think he did on 20th, that's the day before yesterday, addressed to the Speaker of the River State House of Assembly in response to telling him to, the letter where that was sent to him and say, make he constitutes a panel or initiates the proceeding. Justice Amadi cited 2 court orders barring him from receiving, forwarding, or considering any request to form such a panel. Now, the orders were served on his office on 16th of January 2026 and remain in force. The judge emphasized that constitutionalism and the rule of law require all authorities to obey subsisting court orders, irrespective of their perception of the order's validity. So he don't talk say no go fit act. He referenced legal proceedings, noting that the similar case in 2007, the Chief Judge of Kwara State was condemned for ignoring a restraining court order when setting up an investigative panel. A decision later voided by the Court of Appeal. So Justice Amadi say, I don't want to make the mistake where you may say the Chief Judge of Kwara State make for 2027. So make I not make that mistake. For now, until on appeal, how far on appeal go, no go fit go ahead to constitute a panel. So Justice Amadi further observed that the Speaker has already filed an appeal against the court orders at the Court of Appeal, adding another layer to the ongoing legal proceedings surrounding the allegations would, would be bad. So, say since Oga Mehula don't file appeal, so there is no need for him to now constitute a panel until court finish their talk, making hands in hands off. Very quickly. So the Supreme Court has dismissed the trial of Major Hamza Al-Mustafa, the former Chief Security Officer, CSO of the late military head of state, Sani Abacha, in the murder of politician Kudirat Abiola. I'm sure you follow the story, so make I not just talk too much. But more things see they happen as the Berom Youths. Berom Youth Molders Association don't condemn the brutal killing of 7 innocent youths by armed Fulani terrorist element at a mining site in Kuru district in Plateau State. Now the victims, they identified them 19 years old, 16, 26 years old, 23, young Nigerian. The oldest was the one that is 26 years old. The rest of them are quite young. The Biram National President, Dalyop Solomon Wantiri, expressed outrage over the heinous and barbaric act, stating this deadly act constitutes gross violation of sanctity of human life and represents a direct assault on the peace, security, and collective dignity of the Beram people. Say, armed Fulani people killed 7 of their youths for inside a mining site. This is still happening. This is still happening. It's not ending. The attacks aren't ending. It's still happening. All right, so if you just joined us for this first time, please make sure that you click on the subscription button and join us and kindly subscribe to the platform. But moving on to other conversations very, very quickly, other things that happen for inside Nigeria, even as it gets to do with this killing, Vice President Shetim Kashima don't say Nigeria is renowned as the African giant and has woken up from its slumber under the dynamic and purposeful leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Say, under the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Nigeria don't come back as giant of Africa, and we don't ready to take back that our place where we say we get before. We still get them now because maybe I get them before. Now it will be. Now, Mr. Shetima spoke at a high-level panel titled "When Food Becomes Security" at the Congress Center during the 56th World Economic Forum meeting in Davos, Switzerland. Now, he expressed optimism that with the ongoing renewed hope agenda reforms, the coming months would witness greater climate adaptation, moving from pilot to reality, and as well as boom in intra-African trade in market our country well. But the context say, even though saying in Nigeria, we don't look at food security purely at agriculture issue. It is a microeconomic security and governance issue. Our focus is to use food security as a pillar for national security. But he also did mention that Nigerian food security is, talked about how some of these places will be a food baskets, they face security issues. And because of the face security issues, they work on them. But people come to talk, say Nigeria food baskets, they face food security issues. But I thought we also were saying that our country is doing well enough and that people should ignore some of those news they hear, that it is not as bad as people look at it. Maybe we'll take a listen to an interview where BC Oga Trigger Binget with CNN on the heels of this attack where BC happened for inside Kaduna State. Let's listen to him.
From what happened in Libya, from the conflict in the Sahel, it's not removed from what happened in Libya many years ago. It's not removed from the proliferation of weaponry, of fighters, and climate change issues, and so many other complex issues. So it's important to look at it holistically and...
Oh dear. Let's see.
Come up with a lasting solution, and that's what we're trying to do. And I think with regards to narratives, it's also important to see Nigeria for what it is, a very diverse country that actually has not fared badly compared to countries that are more homogeneous, that we have been living with each other in peace, in spite of some of the fringe or even conflict areas in border areas that, yes, now are cascading downwards. But very important to define it for what it is so that we can find the right solutions.
So we've been living together in peace. Nothing like attacks. Don't they happen before? We've been living very well. Nothing like attacks at all. Away. I didn't know. Well, that's what he said. But then, how come our vice president they talk say most of the food baskets of our nation are security challenged? Quoting him, most of the food baskets of our nation are security challenged. That's not waiting Oga Kashim Shettima talk for inside World Economic Forum. You can't be like saying Nigeria the counter with the just the jam worked for mouths. You counter ourselves when you get to do with these stories about food security. But still talking about security very quickly. Applicants shortlisted for the newly established Forest Guard security outfit under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration have accused the Kwara government of politicizing the screening process and deliberately favoring members and loyalists of the ruling All Progressives Congress APC. Now then talk say most of them when they don't shortlist their names already, they can't come out their names, can't carry names of people where they loyal to APC, come put. I mean, why this way they put where they loyal to APC, they not sabi security matter. Saying that them now actually sabi security, but because of party loyalty, they come out their name puts people with the party loyal. You see, okay. So that now maybe we can say how this kind why you won't can help us to do the right thing. I mean, it's always the case in Nigeria. Very quickly, suspected terrorists have abducted 2 traditional rulers, chiefs in Ihale Bunu Kaba Bunu local government area of Kogi State, heightening fears over worsening security situation in the country. 2 chiefs now be said they abduct for Kogi State. And then I did tell you earlier that the federal government is scrapping HND empowering polytechnics to award degrees. And yes, I wish I would look at this story, but let me see if I can just brush it very quickly. So a Sokoto-based politician and prominent grassroots youth mobilizer identified as Alhaji Buhari Namalan has alleged that a sodomy accusation leveled against him was fabricated as part of a deliberate plot to ruin his reputation and political career, insisting that the allegation arose after he rejected an alleged sexual advance by an elderly man in the state. An elderly man in the state made sexual advance on him. He refused. So they can't accuse him of sodomy. Hey, things they happen. No. I thought these were very religious, strongly religious people when they do bad thing. Now, waiting people can't they talk with that under the comment section. But why are we hearing about this in this kind of place? What? Make I end them there. That matter long well, I know go fit talk and finish. What have I not touched again very quickly? So Kwara State Governor Abdulrazak Abdulrahman has suspended the rector of Kwara State Polytechnic Ilorin, engineer Dr. Abdul Jimo Mohammed, following a recent students' protest that disrupted academic activities of the institution. So the governor also approved the constitution of a 3-member committee to investigate the circumstances surrounding the protest and the role played by the management of the Polytechnic. Which role? Management, what did you do before these people protested? What caused it? How dare they protest and disrupt activities? What did you do when they were protesting? Well, I beg, don't forget to follow us like a village people. I beg, subscribe if you've not done that. Please kindly do so. Nigeria police dismissed 12 inspectors. I think I've told you this very quickly. Let's move on. Oh, so moving on to our Senate President now. Senate President Godswill Akpabio has approached the Supreme Court to challenge the Court of Appeals decision linked to the controversy surrounding Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan's removal from legislative duties. Now, court documents obtained show that Akpabio, acting in his capacity as president of the Senate, has filed fresh process at the Apex Court, seeking to regularize and sustain his appeal over the suspension. The suit filed at the Supreme Court in Abuja lists Akpabio as the appellant, while the remandants include Akpoti-Uduaghan, the clerk of the National Assembly, and others. Despite the dispute arose from a Senate plenary session in February, we know what happened. Say, make Court of Appeal change that judgment to make, challenging the decision we said they make. Now, very quickly before I leave, legal consultant to Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Barrister Aloy Ejimakor, has condemned what he described as a treasonous effort by the Nigerian government, allegedly costing $9 million in Washington, D.C., United States of America, and aimed at scapegoating the people of Nigeria's southeast region, Igbos, precisely. So the reason we make them pay $9 million now to make Igbos scapegoat and say it don't do obvious. Now, in a post on his X handle, Ejimakor said the reported expenditure to influence narrative against the Igbos was dangerous and historically reminiscent. He said the $9 million being spent in Washington, D.C. to scapegoat Ndigbo is treasonous, and it underscores why Ndigbo continue to feel unsafe and unwanted in Nigeria. So he wrote. Drawing parallel with Nigeria's past, Ejimakor warned that the development echoed events that preceded the Nigeria Civil War. He said the same wicked script played out in 1967 when the Igbos were first scapegoated by the media before the slaughter followed. Never again. Na so he put am. What do you think about what Oga Ejimakor talk? So say the essence will make President Bola Ahmed Tinubu spend $9 million, if not true, or the alleged $9 million, although confirmed, by the to a US lobbyist firm, saying that to make the Igbo scapegoat. Now waiting make Nigerian government. So Nigerian government spend Nigerian money to make a triethnic nationality for inside Nigeria a scapegoat. And say something like this happened for 1967. Say this time when make them begin attack Igbo people and begin kill them, will lead to Igbo massacre. Say that will never happen again. That's why I love Ejimakor talk. What's your thought on what he said? I would really love to take your thought and reaction on what he said when we go live in the next 1 hour. We're going live with Dr. Kajuru Kaduna in the next 1 hour. In the next 1 hour, yeah. By 6:30, so in less than 1 hour, we're going live. So I hope that, but very quickly, former vice president, former president, well, Atiku Abubakar don't talk, say, the facts say that no one, like the Senate, no one do anything about electoral reforms. Say that now already the beginning of rigging. So say the 2027 election, they don't begin rigging already. With this one, what did they do? Because how would you not pay attention to the things you're supposed to do with electoral reforms? So for you not to do that, you're already rigging the election. Meanwhile, Hakim Baba Ahmed don't also tell Peter Obi, say, make he do that thing where he say Atiku Abubakar do, by cautioning your supporters not to insult both you and Atiku Abubakar, that it will be good for you to do so. Well, I could just stop here. Other things are there to say, but time is already fast spent. I love you guys and I appreciate you. But the good thing is that I've run through the headlines already. I'm sure you already see the stories trending around Nigeria. Subscribe, please, if this is your first time of joining us. Kindly click on the subscription button, like, share this post, and recommend this, page to a lot of people, because now here with the breakdown, things we get to do with our country to its barest minimum, how all of us go fit understand them, making it lighthearted too. I love you guys and I appreciate you. I see you on the live with Dr. Kajuru Kaduna very briefly. Protect your mental health. We'll see you again. Bye. My name is Precious Enyi. Did I tell you? And Enyi means friend. And I love to be your friend. I'll see you later. Bye.